Okay, that's enough of that. What is that music anyway? Who put that there? What is that all about? Some sort of bossa nova groove? I don't know. Right, so here we are. I said I'd do one every single night this week, and this is it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We made it to Friday. So Monday I did, if you're new to my channel, I did a track from scratch. On Tuesday I was, I can't even remember. Wednesday I definitely did a live jam with the Modular. Yesterday what did I do yesterday? I can't even remember. What did I do? I can't remember. But here I am. I've done something different every single night. I did something with the audio thingies, Dr. A. Is that the best outboard effects for Modular? And oh, last night, yeah, I did the Pulsar with the BeatStep Pro. That's what I did. Yes, it's all coming back to me now. And tonight, I'm going to just make some music, basically, that uses the grid inside of Bitwig. So I'm not going to use any external effects or MIDI or anything. I'm just going to do it all in the grid. That's the plan anyway, so who knows? It could all go very wrong, because I haven't really done this before. I might do something quite sort of generative, something a little bit more ambient. Thanks for whoever's joining me tonight. Joe Thompson, cool. Broccoli, hey Matt, how you doing? Yeah, I'm doing well. Yeah, I think I'm doing all right, man. You know, I'm hanging in there. Up and down, like everyone else. It's good to see the streets open a little bit more, walking through bright and earlier, and seeing people seemingly enjoying themselves a little bit more. They can come out. Evening Smutley, evening Inky. Love the intro music. Yeah, I know it's weird, isn't it? Right, let's get into this. I'm just gonna force myself to use the grid tonight, and in past live streams, you probably seen me use the grid before. It's a very, very powerful environment inside of Bitwig. It's semi-modular. Well, it is totally modular, actually. There's been some new updates recently. By default, when you start a patch, well, the main default is you've usually got an oscillator going into an envelope and then to the output, which it actually isn't how Modular works at all, really. Usually you have the oscillator going into a VCA and then use an envelope to open that VCA. That's how it usually goes. So you can do that still in Bitwig, but this also makes sense to a lot of people, this kind of signal path. Sound through an envelope to the output. So let's start somewhere, right? We're going to need some triggers to trigger this, because I'm not going to be doing anything in this view, or certainly I'm not doing anything in this view. I'm going to do it all inside of here. Going to need some pitches as well. If you've got any questions as well about the grid and Bitwig, do ask as we go along. I'll try and keep an eye on the chat room. And that's the cool thing about joining me live, is that you can get involved with this. Yeah, also, please do like, subscribe, and share if you're new to the channel. And thank you to everyone who's been supporting me so far. I'll also say that if you're interested, today is the last day that Bandcamp are waiving their fees for artists. And I've set up a 20% discount off my album, Detach, which came out under my original name, Matthew Hodson, before I changed it to Maths. Matthew Hodson was just too long, and people didn't know how to call me Matthew, I don't know. So if you want that album, go to my Bandcamp, Matthew Hodson, album's called Detach. Get the 20% discount, which is Maths with 2 T's, 20, all one word. And you can download that for less than a pint of beer, and then you own full res WAV versions. I know it's available to stream, but it's good to have full res versions, isn't it? So do go grab that if you want it. Right, let's get into this. Let's generate some notes. Let's work with some odd step count. So we've got 3 going on here. Put that into the pitch of the oscillator. We need to trigger the envelope, so let's just pop that in there as well. Okay, got that going. Okay, bear with me. I'm gonna see where we can go with this. Hey Omri, thanks for joining us, man. Good evening, Adam. Good evening, Man Boone. I love that name. Okay, let's see where we can go. The cool thing as well about Bitwig, you can just right click on things and change this envelope from an AR, attack release, to a pluck, to an AD, ADSR, in situ. So it's just changed that to in situ. Same with the oscillator, I can change this to straight to a sine wave. There we go. Hopefully you can hear this all right. Let me just check my levels. Okay, so let's put some more. See where we can go with this. Now there isn't any reverb inside of here, inside the grid. What you can do is use something like an all pass. If we put that on at the end, get these kind of weird reflections, like a delay, I suppose. And if I just copy that a few times, let's copy it like 4 times, and set them all at different amounts, some long, some short, and then send them into a mixer. Like that. Let's put a want a filter. Actually, if we go into the filter here and get a low pass. Now, by default, the grid is in monophonic mode, but you can change that to additional voices. Obviously, this starts ramping up how much RAM it's using, so just be aware of that. Oh, you didn't like that. If I just killed it. What happened there? Hello, Bitwig. We're not playing? Why aren't we playing? What have I done? Did I do something funny? Yeah. Doesn't like it when I try and do anything polyphonic in this mode. Okay, let's leave this patch in that for now. And I don't know why it's doing that. Let's bring something in like this and use this to modulate the low pass. What I might do is put the low pass before it goes into the reverbs. They're not reverbs, they're all passes. Hey Joe Thompson, thanks for joining us. You all roll, you're the dudes. I did it 5 times this week. Okay, let's interpolate this. So this is modulating the low pass filter here. Okay, I guess we should put ourselves in a particular key because I've no idea what this is playing. So if we just get a pitch quantizer, and should we be boring and just go into C? That's not C, is it? That's something else, but I'm going to leave it at that. Let's modulate this as well. So I can just get an LFO. Do a bit of that. Slow it down. Okay. There's a starting point. Is the oscillator mono? That's a good point. Well, the thing is, you make the patch, the whole grid, either monophonic or polyphonic. So if I change that to polyphony, I don't see why it stops playing all of a sudden. That's a bit weird. Yeah. I wonder if I create a new one. And before I do anything, maybe if I make that one polyphonic, let's see if it's happy with that. I'm just going to mute that for a second. This is just a test, just to see. So if I play some notes, play chord. See, that's playing its polyphonically. So I don't know what's happened. I've obviously broken Bitwig somehow. Anyway, that's okay. What I'll do is have two separate grids. I'll have one doing this kind of drony thing here in C, and then I'll just start a new one here, which I'll just rack up the voices. And here, let's see what other oscillators we've got. Well, we've got this new sub oscillator. I haven't used this at all, so I'm going to whack that in. I like my sub oscillator. And have we got some distortion? Of course, Matt. Of course, Matt's going to use some distortion, isn't he? Welcome to the madness, says Inky. Yeah, let's see what we can do in here. The cool thing as well, you can copy stuff from one grid to another. So if I want to just copy those bad boys, I should be able to just Command C, go over to this one, Command V, bang, it's in. So I've got the same pitch going on. Pop that in there. If it's something to do with I need a transport to tell it to play. Weird. It only wants to play if it's monophonic. That is odd. I have no idea what is going on there, folks. Sorry about that. Mixer. So we can just turn the volume down. Well, it looks like I'm doing everything monophonic tonight. Omri's asking, am I using distortion in your modular? Which distortion modular you enjoy the most? Well, actually, I've just got the new tone plugged in. I really like that. I've got the distortion that I'm using on the Freak filter by Volt. You'll know that one very well. I know you do, because it's got distortion on both the filters, and I use that in parallel. I run one side of the filter into the other. I go high pass into a low pass. And what other distortion? Oh yeah, the Strackle Brulu by Tornskall. I don't know if I've said that right. Great distortion, really, really like it. And I've got my eye on the Guillotine, which is a 1U module by I forgot the name of them, but Matt shout out to Mattec Modular if you are in the UK or indeed in the EU. Matt's a great guy. Always go to him as much as possible for modules, and I was going to get something for that, so yeah. Let's see what this sub can do. I haven't used it before. And let's change. Let's just get the notes going on a single sort of drone. You know me, I like to put reverb on the bass. Ritual Electronics, that's the one. So let's just copy and paste this all pass a couple of times. Whack that in there. Let's make this longer. Let's slow this down. Just to get rid of the transport. So what you can do is get the phase. The phase is basically the tempo. And what we can do is multiply or divide that. So, let's divide it by... If you divide it by 1, it's doing nothing. Divide it by 2, 3. Something like that to be going on with. So just for ease, I'm going to take all of that out of that grid and put it in the original one I was playing with. Look how brilliant this is about the grid. And it's hardly using any CPU. Look, that shows your CPU usage. And we can zoom in to different areas as well. I hope you're all following what I'm doing here. Just making it up as I go along. I've got no notes. Let's get some delay on that. Long delay. Let's put a low pass after the delay as well, just to kind of subdue it a little bit. Oh. Let's whack that into there. Whack that in there. So you see the delays are now kind of subdued a bit. But what we can do is open and close that low pass on the delays only. Let's do some interpolation, this kind of thing. I feel like we need to modulate this a little bit more. To cheat and put a big reverb on a VST. I said I wasn't gonna, but I might do. Let's just continue a little bit more. Right, let's get another voice on the go. Actually, I can probably make chords by having 3 oscillators. So let's get 3 sawtooths. 1, 2, 3. Let's chuck all of those into a filter. I'm going to use this particular filter. Probably have to use a mixer first. Pop them all into a mixer. we can do is play chords with these. So let's get a quantizer, because we want things to be in key. Now, how do I send individual notes out of those? Well, first of all, I need something like this. I'll tell you what I could do. This is probably the most awkward way to do it, and people who are advanced at using Bitwig are probably like, Matt, what are you doing? If I make this just plain as C, and I take this one, and I have that one playing. Let's make this bigger. Doink. There we go. I think my mouse battery has just run out. That's annoying. What battery is this? Oh, it's 2 AAs. Where am I going to get 2 AAs from live on air? I'm going to have to use my trackpad. I haven't got a wired mouse either, I don't think. Never mind. Let's go old school. Laptop and everything, so I can use the trackpad. So sorry about that, folks. Bit of a weird view. Sort of looking at my nose, which is big enough. So where was we? We was making chords. God, I hate using trackpad as well. These are the things that go and unplanned live on air. Just got to go with it, aren't you? Okay, so they should all be playing a chord as such. Get rid of resonance. Who uses resonance? Going into a quantizer. Isn't it weird? This is the way my brain works. Just all of this makes so much sense to me, whereas other people are just like, what is all this madness? If I have this going into here, so they're all going into pitch quantizers. Like that. Now if I transpose, let's try it after the quantizer. What it would do was transpose into the quantizer. No, it does. Like that. That's pretty cool. That's handy. Put one there as well. bass or anything in here, so I have to watch my levels. Let's do the old all-pass reverb kind of trick. Make some long, make some short, some a bit quieter than others. Modulate that again. I like to use this as a modulation source. Let's make it more steps and you can get more intricate with it. Still with me on this, folks? This is what we've created so far. And let's get some beats. So you can have a sampler, bang, straight in the grid as well. That's so cool. Let's just put that to an output of a mix. And I'm really paranoid about you guys looking up my nose. This is really not a great view, is it? Good on headphones, some good low end. In a minute I'm going to cover it all in reverb. Alright, let's find a kick drum. Multiply the tempo. Using the phase input again. Let's just change that kick drum. I wonder if I can do a side chain. there was a way to take the envelope of the kick drum, you could inverse that, and then you could turn the mixer up and down, the main mixer, and then you'd have a sidechain input. You look cool. Oh, thanks, Anki. It's very kind of you. Sort of off to one side. It's a bit better. Hi. Hi. I can't believe my batteries run out. Alright, where are we going to go from here? Let's get another sampler and get some other percussion. I've no idea what tempo we're at. 110. I've got to come this way though for my microphone. Okay. Some kind of percussion. And in the same way, we could just trigger that like so. And let's put this percussion in the mixer. As well. Something like that. So we've got all this running, and my CPU is that at the minute. These are my 4 main audio outputs, 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I might do is combine them together in a mixer. So one there, that one going into there, so we don't need that anymore. This one into there. I wish you could label the mixer, each dial, that'd be really cool. And finally that one into there. So everything is now coming through this output, which means that I can now go and put some more of that reverb kind of stuff going on. Let's see what happens. Let's have loads. Zooming in, I found, is a bit funky. It's either it's too much, it's too quick. And I'm gonna need another mixer for this. This is going to make it nice and blurry and a bit of a mess. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can only have 6 in a mixer. That's interesting. kind of blurring together. What shall I do next? Look at all that. The cool thing is, I think you could put a label. So you could say, you can rename these to be percussion. Just so you know what's going on. Kick. Chords. What was this? I don't remember. It's the thing we started with, wasn't it? Tribal drums. Let's modulate this transposition using that. Hi Azio Head. Had to come and see what Matt was doing. Well, so far I'm making a weird tribalistic generative ambient track, and my mouse batteries ran out. So I don't know if you're missing much. I hope in future Bitwig will do is allow you to modulate these individual things. That would be really, really cool. dial really slowly. This is quite different from my usual kind of techno-y stuff in it, eh? You can make these things bipolar as well. So where was we? I was labeling stuff. So this is like a lead kind of line. Over here, what have I got? Was this the bass? Bass. Yeah, because sub bass. That's just kind of rumbling away, isn't it? Doesn't quite sound in tune. Sounds a bit odd. I don't know why it would be slightly out of tune, because it's pitch quantized. Maybe it's this weird delay. Maybe I shouldn't put delay on the bass. Hi, native VS. Okay, and then yeah, the pads, that's the kick. Here's the pads. Let's modulate these in the same way, these transpositions. And let's make them odd numbers. So this one's 7. And then this one. Live digital patching. Yes, Jacob. That's how we roll here. So all of this is going on inside the grid. Nothing is going on out here in this world. What if I put a distortion on the main output? No, a bit much. if I just go down in the BPM? We're at 110. Hello. Yeah, sorry. Was that a bit loud in the speakers? Sounded better at where it was, about 110, 113. Yeah. So sort of tribal drums. Let's turn this kick drum up a bit more. Kick drum's there. I think the kick drum needs to be clean. So I'm going to take the kick drum out of all the reverb. Again, I ain't got any compressors or anything going on. So it can be quite easy to overload the grid if you're not careful. Yeah, native, I do want to duck the reverb from the kick, but I'm just trying to think, is there a way that I can do it? Because there isn't an inverse. Oh, there's an envelope follower. So if I took the envelope of the kick, or a envelope, so I could just trigger an envelope from what the kick's getting. Oh, closed it accidentally. I meant to zoom in so you can see what I'm doing a bit better. By the way, at any time you can just go over to show help and it'll show you what the inputs and the outputs do. So with an attack decay envelope, you've got the signal out, envelope out. And you can actually use this in real time. What I'm changing here is changing it here in the patch in real time. Okay, so I've got that. I've got an envelope follower. Now all I need to do is apply that to these mixers, but inversely. So how can I do that, folks? What can I use? Jacob, is this software included with Bitwig? Yeah, 100%. It's part of it. It's built into it. It's I'd say it's an easier learning curve than maybe Native Instruments reactor blocks. Certainly Max MSP. It's yeah. I mean, it's so quick and easy to use. Multiply by -1. I'll try it. Multiply. So that's my main. That's my main output. I need to take the kick drum out of it because that won't work. And if I multiply it by 1, I've got the sound. No, I don't want to do that. This is difficult. Why is it difficult? This should... I just need to create an inverse of the envelope. What have we got here? Create an inverse. So you want to multiply the envelope out by -1. Okay, so I'll take the envelope out. I don't need the follower. Take the envelope out. I am now timesing it by -1. That will give me an output. So if I grab, I need to get that. How do I get that output from there? Oh, will it? Let's put this back in there for a second so we can hear the audio. Okay, so I've times the envelope by -1. But now I need to get the output out of this to send it somewhere, yeah? So I can then use it. Another multiply as a VCA. Yeah, but the thing is, I need to get that value here into something to send it somewhere. You know what I mean? Okay. Well, cool if on the envelope there was a button, just click it and it went invert. That would be really cool. Take the inverted envelope and then multiply that with the mix out. No, you can't. That's a thing. Otherwise, so we've got the signal here. I just don't know how to apply that signal to somewhere. That's the annoying thing. So anyway, answers on a postcard. I'm sure it's really, really easy, and I'm just being slow tonight. It is Friday. Hey, what happens if we put a WAV folder? No. Okay, anything else we want to do here? We have been streamed for about an hour, so we've got something going. if I was to cheat, I would probably go and grab the Supermassive Valhalla. Stick this on at the end. Even go a step further. I'd take that and I would go Sound Toys Deluxe. Yeah. Listen to that breaking up. I love that breaking up sort of sound. I said I wasn't going to do this. Or do you remember my new favourite toy? RC20. Now we're cooking. Distortion off. I'm totally breaking the rules now. Sidechain. Echo boy. No track without the sausage fattener or Echo boy. There we go. And then on the master, let's glue it all together using the waves. Multi-maxer, miser. RC20 on the master. Let's get Klimper. We're in C, aren't we? Go down an octave. distortion before it goes into that reverb. Close this up. Wow, okay. I mean, what started out in the grid fell out of the grid. I put my hands up, I'm guilty. There's some good low end. The reverbs are still prominent. There's movement. Feels organic. And there we go. We got lost. We got lost in the grid. I pulled out some of the usual guns at the end there, didn't I? The Sound Toy stuff, the reverbs, the Echo Boy, the RC20, which I'm really liking at the minute. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. It was kind of get lost in the grid a little bit, experiment with that. I'm sure there's a really easy way to do the side chaining, which I don't know of. And you know, look at all this that we built today. This is cool. So you can go back and study what I've done. If you've got any questions, or you know, stick it in the chat or whatever, and I'll come back to you. And just like to say thanks for hanging out with me this week, keeping me company. It's been really nice. And I hope this week I've kind of given you some nice flavors of what I do, the way that I work, whether it's using Bitwig or whether it's the pulsar or modular, the sort of sounds that I'm into. And yeah, I hope, you know, it's inspired you and you're going to go away and make some great music now. And yeah, thanks so much for joining me. I don't know if please do like, subscribe, share to this. There's going to be more coming next week, I promise, with the modular, where I'm going to be using Bitwig and the modular. I've just been saving that until last because I want to rewire the modular, so you'll be able to actually see what I'm doing, because at the minute it's a bit of a jungle. But now I've pretty much got everything here. I'm ready to go with that. So I'll show you how we can send signals out of Bitwig into the modular. It's easy. And how I make techno in that way. Thank you all so much. Have a great weekend. Saturday and Sunday is here. The pubs are open. Go have a great time. Get out, see your friends, go see your family, whoever you can that you're allowed to, obviously. And be good to yourselves, be good to each other. And thank you all so much again for joining me this week and putting up with me, getting involved. It's been ace. It's been cool, really cool hanging around with you all. So do look after yourselves and love you lots. Take care. Like, subscribe, share, all that, you know. See you later. Bye.